Hello, Tigers. Today is Friday, also known as National Friday, also known as Podcast Day. My name is Aiden, and today I'll join you on Between the Learns, where we talk about everything sports that happens on this beautiful USN campus. As always, I am joined by Olivia and Dr. Fitz. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great, Aiden. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Today we're going to talk a little bit about a sport that maybe isn't the big conversation on the campus, and that is bowling. We have brought two veteran players onto the podcast today to give you a little bit of expertise into what's going on the team. And those experts are Frederick and Nikki T. How you guys doing on this beautiful Friday?
Doing pretty well. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. So tell me a little bit about what is bowling at USN? What has Coach Schuster been drilling into your minds?
Yeah, Coach Schuster, he's been a great resource for us. You know, he's a very talented bowler back in his day, and he's always given us good expertise during the matches. He tries to make us always stay calm, stay relaxed, but he wants to go out there, see us succeed as well.
Yeah, and you will have to see that from a coach. Coach Schuster is also one of our math teachers that I've had a great pleasure of working with over the years. Just a great guy, and I can see how that could translate into the sport. So tell me a little bit about strategy-wise, what your approach has been at the beginning of the season here, as you were 2-3 into the beginning of the first half of your season.
Well, let's see. I think there are two large portions. One is that being seniors and having actually a substantial amount of seniors on the team this year, I feel like the leadership aspect has been really great this year with two great team captains in Lily and Frederick. And I think that they really help lead the team, especially with those newer freshmen and sophomores. And then as for actual bowling, I feel like just bowling your own game is the biggest advice, and that the bowlers who have been on during matches take. And I think it's really important that you kind of stay in your own headspace and try not to compare to all the other people bowling that same day.
Yeah, and Lily Mosey, definitely a special bowler there. And what were your accomplishments last season? What were your big takeaways from that? What were you guys really proud of?
Yeah, I think last season we really started out pretty poorly. We had to bowl a lot of matches on the road that didn't go our way, and we really fought back. Like Nicholas said, try to take it one match at a time, one frame at a time. Then we get to the district tournament and we beat FRA, and then we had a loss to Columbia that if we had won, we would have moved on to the state tournament. So disappointed in that moment, but ultimately proud of how far we had come.
Is this going to be a little bit of a redemption arc for the bowling team? Are you guys going to come out firing at Columbia now? What's this going to look like?
Yeah, I know that we play them in 2 weeks, and they're a very loud team, very boisterous team, and we really want to put up good numbers against them.
Yeah. Can we talk a little bit about what your practices look like? What have you guys been really drilling?
Okay. Well, generally speaking, the practices only happen before the actual matches, just because the matches are so together and lined up that it's kind of hard to fit practice in between then. But kind of in the beginning months of school, we travel out to Hermitage and pretty much just bowl like 3 or 4 people on a lane and just go for it. Usually there isn't too many drills that we do because I feel like getting as many frames in as possible is the most important, but we usually have a once a year drill where we solely go for the 7 and 10 pins, which are spares which seem easy to make but usually psych a lot of people out.
Right. And what went well for you in these first couple games? Were you guys who were some big numbers you guys put up?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Lily already. She's had a great season so far, and Connor Harris and Rohan Erig have both been putting up good numbers and getting a lot of points for the team. So it's been a good, well-rounded effort so far.
Yeah, it's definitely great to hear about some underclassmen putting up some numbers. As a senior, as a upperclassman, what have you guys been able to preach to these younger athletes, younger players, in their game or even off the court?
Yeah, I would say Most of the time, if I am talking to somebody, it's just stay calm, stay relaxed, especially after you miss a shot or you have a spare you should have converted. Just staying relaxed, staying calm. It's just one frame. And the matches go by quickly, so if you get in a bad mental space, you can really blow it up. So stay positive is what I've been preaching most of the time.
Yeah, that's definitely a philosophy that can translate to many sports.
Frederick, I heard something about a match where you needed to make a strike in the final frame for us to stay alive, and then we won it after that. Tell us about that match.
Yes, so that was the match against Donaldson. And for those who don't know, in the bowling matches, we have what are called Baker games, which is where the whole team bowls as a game. So I've been bowling the 5th and 10th frames. And I was bowling the same time as my opponent, and I got the first spare. Then I looked up at the score, and I saw that we were down by 9. And then threw a pretty good shot that ended up striking, and so we won that Baker game by 1 point. And that was a good momentum turner for us because after that we won the rest of the Baker games and ended up winning the match.
And for those of you at home that didn't quite grasp the gravity of this accomplishment, Freddie just basically hit a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th. It's a great thing to see from our young senior here. And bowling isn't the only place Frederick has excelled this year. Cross country just had the regional meet. Freddie, could you tell us a little bit about, from an insider perspective, what was going on at that meet?
Sure. We knew it was going to be a close competition. So the top 3 teams moving on to state, we knew BGA, Donaldson, and Columbia were going to give us a good fight. Ryder and Austin both took it out really hard. Austin ended up 2nd, and Ryder was 3rd. So they ran really well for us. And then it was me, Jack Fruin, who's in 8th grade, and Eli Galantino scoring as 3, 4, and 5. Just the 3 of us running as a pack, I think, was the key. And then we ended up winning the region race.
Yeah, boys ended up finishing 1st in region for the 6th year in a row. Always a powerhouse in the cross-country era of USN sports.
What are you guys like in terms of both the girls and boys teams? What are you guys going into this state meet? Who are you looking to see your biggest competitors across all the different regions?
Yeah, I'd say for the girls, definitely the Webb School. They were the ones that beat the girls at region, and they have a very talented. Yes, they have a very talented runner named Abby Faith Cheeseman, who has pretty much owned our division the last few years. So they'll definitely be looking out for them. I think for us, we know Donaldson will be strong, and there's a team from Knoxville. I think they're called Christian Academy. So those are our 2 main competitors.
When I was doing track, there was like a slogan that Coach Anderson said, "Beat the cheese," for Abby Faith Cheeseman.
Yeah, this girl, from what I understand, she is ranked among the best in the country for girls, winning these races by a 2-minute margin. Sometimes, that's just the kind of competition USN goes up against in cross country. Only the best. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about what's coming up to USN sports. Swimming is just getting started. Owen Block just announced that he will be swimming. Super happy to hear that from the Block organization. They don't have a head coach still. That position is still open. I might fill it. And then basketball coming up in these next couple of weeks. Stay tuned. This week we are having a little bit of a podcast on just this weekend where we'll be talking and meeting with a couple of the basketball stars to talk about what's going on in their season, what they're looking forward to. The hockey is up and running. They had a game on Wednesday night. Edward will be with us to talk to you about that on our next episode. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been Between the Learns. My name is Aiden. This has been Dr. Fitz, Olivia, Nikki T, and Frederick. Thank you so much for joining us.